How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Ruffle Rowlets, and welcome back to a brand new video, guys. Today we're going to be taking a look at some Pokemon rumors, leaks, all that kind of stuff, but let's get started. First things first, guys, we have this post right here coming to us specifically from 4chan. As you guys know, 4chan is the go-to place for me when it comes to these things. But basically, what does it talk about? Well, it says the following. Regarding the Switch 2 and Pokemon by Shadow Player. So, he says that I'm a marketing specialist and promotional content creator, which gives me access to material from projects that haven't been announced yet. Lately, there's been a lot of activity at Nintendo and the Pokemon Company Incorporated, and I've come across some exciting things. Here are the key highlights, okay? Let's see. It says Switch 2 trailer coming in early October. A tentative date around the 10th, though this date may change, so just saying that it's not guaranteed. It says the leaks from China are real, but pertain to an early prototype of the new console. The final version has undergone slight adjustments. I don't know if that would make any sense. If that's from the factory, I mean, unless like Nintendo specifically sent early iterations to a factory, which I highly doubt they would, unless maybe they sent it there to like, hey, maybe they could have done that, been like, hey, we need you to like make like this like prototype thing so we see how it feels, so the designers can test it out, feel it, and then from there we'll go. But that could be the case, actually. That could be true. Either way, he says that the Pokémon Legends ZA will be a multi-generational game, okay, with improved performance on the Switch 2. That would be the first time Pokemon does that. If they genuinely did put Legends ZA on both Switch and Switch 2, that will be the first Pokemon game that actually is multi-generational, right? I guess you could also maybe say that like Pokemon Red, Blue, and Green are also multi-generational, because I think they were possible to play on both your regular Game Boy and Game Boy Color. But I feel like the jump between Game Boy Color and, Game Boy and Game Boy Color is far less, like, massive. I feel like that change is almost like going from, Nintendo 3DS to Nintendo 2DS, so to say, or whatever, like, vice versa. It just doesn't feel like going from, like, Switch to Switch OLED, right? That's more what I feel like that changes. Maybe it is more drastical because you got color, right? Maybe that is more drastical, and maybe that is a bigger deal. It could be, right? Let's be honest, it could be. But again, that's just the way I view it. I could be totally wrong here, in my opinion and in my way of viewing it. You guys can tell me in the comment section down below if I'm wrong, or if you find it to be, a little bit different in that sense, right? Just let me know. But generally speaking, though, this will be the first time that we genuinely get a whole big generational leap in console, and having one game of Pokemon that's available for both those iterations of a console. So that would be pretty huge. Not that I can remember any other one, like, genuinely. Now I'm trying to think. But the only ones I can think of is maybe, like, the ability to backwards compatibly. Because, like, keep in mind, we're not talking about here about backwards compatibility. Because I'm pretty sure if the new Switch is backwards compatible, of course you're going to be able to play older games. But what I mean is having two versions of the game. One version that just drastically looks different and improved on the new console, and possibly even runs better on there, as opposed to the original. Because if the Switch 2 is backwards compatible, as we've been told multiple times, as according to rumors and leaks, if that is true, then the backwards compatibility is just something that's existed forever, right? It's not something that's brand new to Nintendo. They've done this pretty much every console, and it's just a way to make sure that people who have a lot of old games will be able to still play those on a new console, so they'll be willing to buy the console to begin with. Because keep in mind, the console purchase is just like a guaranteed investment for Nintendo, to make sure that you are actually going to be playing on their console and not a different one, right? Because once you buy it, if they make sure you're able to play your old games, that means you have some stuff to already play until they actually make new games, right? By the way, so I wonder how this would work. This would be like the first time, he says here, and it is true. With improved performance on the Switch 2, it was initially planned solely for the first Switch, but the delay of the Switch 2 gave developers time to port it to the new system with significant upgrades. That's why no gameplay has been shown yet. No idea if that would make sense, if the timing actually would be real, because that would just be very odd that, like, yeah, we had some extra time, bro, so we just ported the game to a whole new console. I don't know if that sounds real or not. It sounds a little far-fetched, but fair enough. Either way, he says the first trailer for Legends ZA will be revealed shortly after the Switch 2 announcement. Okay, that would be very interesting. Again, this is all in apparently October, early October, which I'm gonna be real, I would be very happy with that. Today I'm leaving. I'm going away until Thursday, so hopefully I'll be here on Thursday, and maybe on Thursday we get some proper news, but who knows? Either way, more Nintendo games are being ported to the Switch 2, similar to what happened with Breath of the Wild. However, this time the difference in performance on the new console will be far more noticeable. That would be great if true. That would be very great if true. Now he says, Ilka, now Pokemon Works, is developing a remake of Pokemon Black and White. It was originally slated for release on the first Switch in 2024, but the project has since shifted to Switch 2 with no release date yet. I wonder, that would be wild if there is a Pokemon Black and White remake being made by Ilka, because they already made one remake and people hated it, which was BDSP. But keep in mind, BDSP still sold a shit ton of copies, so anything is possible. But yeah, I don't know. I'm very curious. Like, I don't know. I'm very curious. Like, what do you call it? Like, where this is gonna go. If it is true that we're getting a Black and White remake, how is it going to look? What style would it be? It's very interesting. He says the Pokemon Company has taken fan criticism of their recent games very seriously and is making shifts, significant internal changes, so shifts in the company, right? What they've achieved with Legends ZA is impressive and only a glimpse of what's to come. I'm eager to see how public reacts to it, okay? He says Legends ZA will have an improved, important novelty regarding its localization. What does that mean? Okay, that doesn't really tell us much. Like, a novelty with localization. We already know we can switch languages, so what would that mean? Like, will the characters talk? I don't know. Pokemon games will continue to lack voice acting. Never mind, there you go. And I've heard the Pokemon Company Incorporated is hesitant to include it due to concerns over potential massive leaks, though no final decision has been made. Really? The company whose game leaks every single time, essentially, is afraid that they're gonna have more leaks because of voice acting. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. That just makes no sense. There's another small surprise related to Pokemon games, but I'll let you discover that on your own. See you in October. So that's what this rumor says. Again, it is a rumor, so I wouldn't necessarily, take it, at face value as being like, oh, this is real or this is fake or whatever. Just keep in mind, it's a rumor. So it's just fun to look at and speculate. That's like the main thing you should take away from this. It's a fun, speculative time for us to just look at these things, because that's what we really should be doing. We shouldn't be taking it as, at face value as real, because it's just not the case that there. But, just keep in mind, it's just a fun thing. But I would love to know your guys' thoughts on this one in the comment section down below. I do wonder about that October 10th, because I'm looking at the schedule right now, and I'm gonna be real. I think this next week now, from the day I'm posting this and this next week that's coming right now, because today's Sunday as I'm recording this, the next week is probably going to have a big reveal. Some kind of reveal, whether it's Nintendo Switch 2, Legends ZA, doesn't really matter, but one of them is going to be getting a massive reveal. I just do not know which one. And the reason I bring that up, the reason I mention it, at all, the reason I bring it up at all is that I'm going to be gone. So I'm internally hoping that nothing gets revealed while I'm gone, because I really want to talk about it. But generally, I would love it if you guys got some news, and I think it's going to happen this next week. Why? I don't know. It just feels like the right time for them to announce the Switch 2. But if they don't do it this next week, then it's got to be in October. Like, they have to announce that console sometime soon, because the console is supposed to release next year early, right? In the first fiscal quarter, right? In this fiscal quarter of the of the business year, so to say. And that ends in March? And March is when the original Switch came out in 2017. So it's the perfect timing, but they haven't done it yet. So it's just a matter of waiting and seeing. And October on the 10th would be a Thursday, so that'd be the second week of October, which is a good timing to reveal a brand new console or game or whatever. It's a good timing in general, right? So that's where I'm going to leave my thoughts on that. Moving on, though, there is this post right here from Light, who says, who made this, lol? It's a fire-type collision double. Great, but sad that this is fake. And yes, it's most likely fake, though it does look really good. Even for a fake, it looks very, very, very good. Just in terms of design and everything. Again, it could just also be a reskin color, because I don't remember, doubles. Does double have, massive horns like that? It does. Though these are more the way that these are twisted is a bit different. These go a little bit more like devil horns into the sides, rather than the ones you see on double, which are more, along the lines of this, right? So regular double looks, a little bit more straight, horns, but this looking interesting. It's almost like a devil looking one. And you have also these big sticks sticking out, or big horns almost sticking out of its, out of its wool. But it's most likely fake. Let's be real. Overall, it just looks fake. Also, with the new models, we've seen that the new texturing they do, at least for Scarlet and Violet, has a bit more oomph to it. It looks a bit more realistic. There is some stuff here that does look a little bit off, but overall, I'd love to know your guys' thoughts and opinions. Moving on, though, we have the next thing, which is this post right here from Soul Silver, who says, we covered this 4chan rumor in a bonus podcast, and it's basically a 4chan post right here, which this 4chan post is also covered here in another post, but this one was from, I think, Jake, who says that, did Pokemon know the term Wonder Pick? And it's just a rumor which says, Pokemon Presents will be airing the week commencing Monday, 23rd of September. Very likely to be to 26th though, according to my source. Pokemon Sleep, a holo announced for Pokemon Sleep. Lugia will also be coming later on this year to round off the 25th anniversary of the Johto celebration. Pokemon Masters, 2 new sync pairs announced, Ethan and Entei in Silver with Raikou. Both come in October. Pokemon Go, new Dynamax Pokemon announced for October. Gigantamax also teased as well, with Shiny Zamazenta coming to the game. Pokemon Pocket, last trailer revealed before the release in October, announces Wonder Pick, which allows you to gain a random card from another player's recently opened booster pack. Premium Pass also announced, showing the reward you will receive, as well as getting to open an extra pack a day in addition to 2 free packs. More gameplay will be shown as well as more cards. Then, Pokemon Legends ZA new trailer revealed. Starters are shown being Snivy, Totodile, and Chimchar. Gameplay will be main character running through the city, accepting quests of NPCs, different customization, battling wild Pokemon on the outskirts of the city, catching Pokemon, and talking to main characters too. It's more of a quick, snappy trailer showing off information for the game in small 3-second bursts, if that makes sense, with the new music playing in the background. The end of the trailer reveals you about to battle a new Mega Pokemon known as one of the boss Pokemon. It's a Mega Shiftry in a forest located just outside of the main Lumiose town. Release date not revealed, still says 2025. That's all the Pokemon news until February 2025. Hoping my source gets all the information for that too. And then he says this looks like it could be real because the term Wonder Pick apparently hadn't been shown until this point. Now, why are we talking about Wonder Pick? Well, because it turns out that we did get a Pokemon Pocket, TCG Pocket trailer revealing some new stuff about the game and things. And it's mostly just telling us information about the fact that you're only going to get 2 free packs a day. That's about it. That there's going to be, 2 free packs per day. That you can collect a bunch of cards, that there are these living cards you can kind of go through. I don't really know exactly what way to describe them. You can also receive a card from another person's pack that they open, which is really random. But you can also, battle in general. The battling system is a bit more simplified. But overall, this little trailer is a little bit random. And I think this right here, where you get to choose one of the other trainers, like one of their cards or whatever, that's the thing called Wonder Pick, right? Like that would be the actual, new tool, or the tool that, is being mentioned in that rumor. So, when we go back to that actual post here, what this guy says, or what was being said here, is that, this is this was said in this post here before that was shown in the new TCG Pocket trailer. However, as highlighted by Centro, if you go over here, there is this post from 27 days ago that said Premium Pass plus Wonder Pick. I just saw this info in Google Play, only visible when the game appears featured. Seems like Premium Pass will give us more booster packs a day, plus premium missions, and Wonder Pick maybe for boosting the social side of the game. I checked and didn't see this info. Hope it's not repeated. But yes, basically, this was already mentioned, so this post, having that in it, doesn't mean that this post is real, but the fact that it was in there is a bit interesting, and also, just some of the other stuff in here just sounds a bit realistic, but again, there's no guarantees. And even Soul had to say, but we covered this 4chan rumor in a podcast. After yesterday's Pokemon Pocket news, people were thinking this could be real, but the reasoning for that has since been debunked. Still, this has almost reasonable enough to be considered, so for fun, would you guys like the starter lineup? Now, he talked about the starter lineup here, but speaking of that starter lineup, there is some information to talk about there. See, when we bring that up, there was this post made by Pokemon, just a few days ago, just like 2 days ago, saying shout out to the dapper grass types. And it's Rowlet, which is the starter Pokemon, the grass starter from Legends Arceus, right? And then you have Snivy, which is the rumored starter grass type for Pokemon Legends ZA. And then here you guys can see a bit of a theory that was put out by Soul, who said it's very interesting and just a tad bit sus that Serperior got a new title of Lord of the Forest in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. It's the only Unnovan starter, and I think only starter, that received a new name like this. I wonder if it has anything to do with the regal nature related to Legends ZA and Kalos, which yes, you guys can see right here. It's an intimidating gaze, majestic appearance has caused this Pokemon to be known as the Lord of the Forest. And you guys can see, of course, Serperior there, but it's a bit of a weird one. And of course, there's the fact that Serperior just got its, Pokemon Terror Raid battle in Scarlet and Violet, just a special event for it. So maybe that's why they did this tweet. Maybe that's the only reason. But it's just interesting nonetheless, though. And Serperior and, Snivy are the rumored to be grass starters. So we'll have to wait and see how that actually turns out in the end. Speaking of Pokemon TCG Pocket, apparently, according to Light, there is only a 0.013% chance of getting a 4-star card. And getting a specific, I guess, like, I don't even know what these cards would be referring to, like, but these, like, I don't know, these special cards will have a 0.02% chance of being pulled. Yeah, it's a bit nuts. I'm not gonna lie. It's like these odds seem even worse than the actual real life card packs that you get. Like, this genuinely seems like even worse than that in terms of actual pull rates. I'm not even gonna lie. I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong. But like, damn. Like a 0.013% chance to get a 4-star is a little wild. I'm not gonna lie. And of course, they have to comply and show these rates. They have to show exactly what the rates are because of countries like Belgium, where I'm at, where basically this game will be just illegal here. I'll not be able to play it because it is a level of, you know, a form of gambling of sorts, right? And like loot boxes are banned in, I think, Belgium and I think France as well. So it's a bit weird. I'm not gonna lie. It is a bit wild. Like, I'm gonna be hands down real with you. It's a little bit wild. But hey, it is what it is, I guess. So I'd love to know you guys' thoughts about all this stuff. I mean, that's pretty much it. I think we covered everything for this video. Again, like I said, I do have a speculation that we're gonna get a trailer next week. Probably because I'm gonna be gone, because whenever I'm gone, there is news. So you guys are lucky. I'm pissing off, and that means you guys will get some info, hopefully. But yeah, I will see you guys then whenever something does drop, or, well, I mean, probably won't be around, but if it's on Thursday, I will probably be back in time. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna be it for today. Thank you all for watching. I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Peace out, and bye-bye, ladies and gents. Have a great one.